Hi Simmers, this is King, and thank you so much for joining us today. We have some exciting news to share. I'm sure you saw yesterday all the announcement that we have for The Sims 3 seasons that's coming out in November. And also we have our dev team, Megan and Aaron today. As you know, we've been promoting this event as a The Sims 3 Supernatural live broadcast number 2 with a focus on zombies and fairies. So we'll also be revealing some really interesting information about both those character types you'll be able to play in The Sims 3 Supernatural come this September. We're going to be taking a look at also a deeper dive into spring. If you caught the EA Summer Showcase yesterday when Ryan was on stage revealing seasons, you saw a little bit of winter. Well, for today, you're going to take a deeper look into the spring season. We'll look at all the new spring-oriented activities, spring festival, and also much more. And again, that game comes out in November. And after each of the demos, we'll be holding a Q&A session specific to each product. So hold your questions at that time. But you know, if you're going to be sending over some questions, we'll also be appreciating any sort of comments, feedbacks, what your thoughts on for both games, for either The Sims 3 Supernatural coming out in September or The Sims 3 Seasons coming out in November. And this on your screen, we're just going over some. We're in the introduction right now, and we'll be kicking off into the demo for Supernatural, a Q&A for Supernatural, then going into Seasons demo and a Seasons Q&A. And to submit your questions or just share with us your thoughts, just share with us through the Cover It Live module, or tweet us at The Sims 3 with the hashtag TS3 Super Seasons. And as you see, we have some really nice posters in the back. We'll be randomly selecting people who will be hashtagging us on Twitter and being able to award them with one of these signed posters. And we also have a special treat that we haven't revealed yet about what we're going to be randomly giving away later on as part of The Sims 3 Seasons. You know, without further ado, I think we're all done with the housekeeping. Let's get to the fun, though. The reason why you're all here. You're here for The Sims 3 Supernatural and also The Sims 3 Seasons. And to kick things off, again, as I shared as part of the agenda, we'll start with The Sims 3 Seasons. And before I bring on Megan and Aaron from The Sims 3 Supernatural dev team, let's take a look at the video for The Sims 3 Supernatural. Alright, so what you just saw was the video for The Sims 3 Supernatural coming out this September, and I think we're trying to fit everything. We're gonna get cozy up in here. So want to welcome Megan, assistant producer, and also senior game designer Aaron Connors from The Sims 3 Supernatural dev team. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming all the way to Redwood Shores and doing another deep dive into the game. And I hear we're going to be focusing on zombies and fairies this time around. But as a little refresher, and for those who might just want to just to know more about The Sims 3 Supernatural, and for those that are joining us for the first time as for live broadcast, Want to go through some kind of high-level overview of what the game is about and what our players can experience with The Sims 3 Supernatural?
Sure. So we're really excited about Sims 3 Supernatural because we're basically bringing some brand new content to the game that you've never had before. What we're really excited about mostly is the fact that you can create your own supernatural characters, have them added to your family, and you can do vampires, witches, werewolves, fairies, zombies, ghosts, and so we have a ton of really great interesting characters, and you can create them and customize them how you want. We also have a brand new town, Moonlight Falls, which we're going to be able to show you here shortly. So we have a lot of really great features. So we have a lot of ways that you can play with this both in this new world and take them back into your existing world and tell some really great new stories.
Yeah, and something about the Lunar Cycle too. It's not even about the new town. There's new stuff that's happening as part of the town. Right?
Yeah, definitely. We've added the new Lunar Cycle, so the moon will now phase, and it will cause some spooky and fun things to happen in your town.
Yeah. And something that I know our players have been asking about too, ordinary Sims are also a big part of this expansion pack. You don't have to necessarily play as a supernatural Sim in order to be able to have and experience the features that are part of this expansion.
That's right. In fact, our inspiration for doing this expansion pack in large part was just how popular a lot of movies and TV shows and books are that combine real life with supernatural elements. So this isn't just about a purely supernatural experience. It's the ability to mix and match supernatural characters with human Sims and those kinds of stories that you can tell.
Yeah, well, with that said, let me just fix this computer up a little bit and we'll jump right into the demo.
Okay. Yeah, and real quick to talk about the ordinary Sims being able to do other things that are supernatural. I had a question earlier this morning about alchemy and ordinary Sims, and you don't have to be a supernatural Sim to experience alchemy. It's really fun, and any Sim can do it. So there are definitely things in this pack that are, if you don't want to play as a supernatural, you can definitely do a number of different things in this pack.
And I think the demo's all set, so take it away.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Megan makes a really good point that we want to make sure everybody understands too, is that you don't have to be a supernatural character in order to get access to a lot of the magical things that we have in the game. So.
Oh! Sorry, we accidentally fix that up real quick. Okay, so we have our fairy Sim here. And, fairies, she's got these beautiful pink wings. So I think we showed you last time, Cass, you can customize your fairies. You can choose their wing type and pick the color. So we can pick the pink one here. And there's a number of different things that fairies can do. So while I get our game fixed up, Aaron's going to talk a little bit more about that.
So one thing we wanted to do with the fairies was really play to all the different types of fairy activities that you would expect. So the fairies can be everything from kind of your fairy godmother, where they're watching out for human Sims and helping to grant their wishes, but they can also be very mischievous. So similar to like the Puck character from Midsummer Night's Dream, where they like to play tricks on humans. So we wanted to really cover that spectrum. And so one of the things that we wanted to add in is the ability to play pranks, also to grant wishes. And so we're going to show you some of those here as we follow a day in the life of a fairy in Sims 3 Supernatural.
So our fairy here, she has unfortunately broken her toilet earlier today. Oh, sorry. Just quick little maintenance things here. She's broken her toilet. So fairies have a really unique skill where they can do a special fairy repair. A lot of people have been asking about the fairy form for the fairies. They do have we call it the true fairy form. It's a sprite form. They'll turn into a tiny little fairy. We'll show you in a second. And they can do various things around the house, and a lot of objects. They can do special things with that, or they will. Sorry, I'm being pushed over. I apparently was not in the screen. So, here, without further ado, let's watch the fairy repair the toilet. So see, you don't have to be large to fix things. You can
Yeah, this is fun too because it works on all the different things in your house that can break, like your refrigerator, your stove, and it's always really fun to watch them go to work.
Yeah, actually my favorite is repairing the dishwasher. I think it's really cute. It's surprising how strong these tiny little fairies are. Alright, so let's speed this up a little bit. Take care of that for just a minute. Yeah, that's another thing about fairies. So now we'll head outside to the fairies' garden. If I can find it. Over here. So we've got a number of flowers out here. And so fairies, as Erin said, they are gardeners. They really love plants. So they can actually come and talk to plants. They have a very special relationship with them. And fairies even have another ability that's special with plants. They can actually help them to grow. So come on, fairy. Just taking a little time to get out of her treehouse. So we'll have her talk to that plant, and then we'll have her this plant over here.
Lurge.
Sorry.
Shustakar. Mega. Mlef.
Let's harvest one of them. So
Good luck. Flirtigas.
So are fairies the ones that have special relationships with kind of like the gardening ability?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. In fact, talking to the plants will help them grow. We have a new bloom interaction that you can use on it.
So it's okay for fairies to do it, but if I do it with my own plant, I'll just
pretty much.
So you have the wings, you get away with a lot of stuff. So.
Wait, I'll get a pair of wings.
So we just harvested this plant, but now we can actually use our fairy bloom. Oh, now she's going to tend all the garden. No, that's okay. Just that one. So now we can go back to the plant and bloom, which will help it to grow again. This is really great if you're into gardening. And you see, like now, so we're helping it to grow, and then we'll be able to harvest it again. So fairies can really help you with your gardening. They can help your plants to grow a little bit more quickly. If you, like me, hate waiting for your plants to harvest on their own. So
now we're going to go meet the family?
Yeah, so we have a couple of little kids. They're being stinky over here in this fairy house. So a lot of people have asked about fairy toddlers. So you can definitely make fairy toddlers, and they do have wings. So we have a couple of them right here.
Yes!
Our little babies. So we have a male and a female fairy right here. But you can see their little wings. They will float a little bit. We'll see if they want to float. And fairy toddlers can, as you saw, they were in the fairy house, so they can go in the fairy house. They can do, we'll go ahead and turn on the lights so you can see them. There, look, she's floating. And so she can do a number of things in the fairy house. They can go, they can nap, they can change their outfits. And they have tons of actions in the fairy house. Apparently it doesn't change their diapers. Okay, so now let's go back to our adult fairy. And Erin was talking a little bit earlier about how we wanted the fairies to be mischievous, and they have some various things that they can do. So let's show you. This is our fairy friend, the werewolf. You guys met the werewolf last time. Whoops. So we'll have our fairy go over here and pester her.
One of the things that we really wanted to put into this experience is supernatural. Really interesting ways. So the nature of the fairy is such that they really just want to have fun. That's really what motivates them. So they get a lot of fun out of gardening, out of fixing things, out of granting wishes. But the thing that really makes them have a good time is granting wishes. And the werewolf, for whatever reason, seems to be one of their favorite targets. Maybe they're
like Pastor just said, there's going to be werewolf versus
There's just something about the bright, shiny fairy object. As I said before, they'll fly into their true fairy form, and that will be the same color as their wings. So ours is pink. If you had a fairy with yellow wings, they would be yellow. And to do a number of socials and different interactions. So now let's play a trick on our werewolf friend. Everyone's favorite trick, skivvies.
Joma. Oh, Bugatti.
It is?
Simiga.
Oh no, how embarrassing! So now she's probably not going to be too happy with her fairy friend. Alright, and then the final thing we like to see fairies being mischievous is them playing a prank. So, planting a trap. So let's go over to the mailbox. We can find it. And, oh, sorry, it's very dark. But let's set a fairy trap here.
So we're showing kind of some of the more pranky things that the fairy can do, but we do want to point out there are a lot of great things that they can do as well. So, for example, they can give scene. What? This just in. We need to turn down the volume again.
Alright, just a moment.
Yeah.
While Aaron talks,
We'll bring our own fairy. Fix the volume.
So
we will continue to talk.
yeah, we heard you guys couldn't hear us very well, so we're just going to adjust this really quickly.
Just imagine us just clicking.
Well, they can't see it.
See, this is instant feedback. You guys tell us what's wrong, and we fix
respond.
it.
We're trying to be responsive.
Okay, you should hopefully be better now.
Okay.
Put a wing on it.
Okay, so forget everything we just did. We're going to start over. No,
Alright.
unfortunately we can't.
But you can see the glowing, so the mailbox has now been booby trapped, and if we, you know what, let's have our werewolf friend come and pay some bills, see exactly what happens. This poor werewolf, she's not having a good day.
Yeah, so what I was saying before is that we have a lot of really great things that the fairies can do as far as granting wishes, and for example, we can do the Flight of Felicity,
Yes.
where they can actually give another sim the power of flight, and it's pretty fun.
So, oh no, she's being attacked by a swarm of bees. Fairy is really mean. So she will not be happy. You can see she's very not happy about that.
So you actually do have some sims that don't mind having tricks played on them. They think it's kind of funny. So some sims this will actually help to build your relationship with them, but not with this one, obviously.
And so our final interaction with the werewolf, we'll have her play tag with the werewolf.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Children are crying. Obviously, this fairy's a terrible mother.
Okay, so here we go.
Alright. So you can see she's batting at, they're having a little, it's almost like a cat with a laser.
Pointer, yeah, exactly.
That's what it always reminds me of. Alright, and now one final thing. You know, King said we were going to show zombies, so we don't want to disappoint. So our poor werewolf is going to have to, let's turn our, since the werewolf has suffered so much, let's turn our fairy into a zombie. She can suffer a little bit in turn. So we have a zombification elixir that we made using alchemy, which again, any sim can use. And you can have elixirs that will do all sorts of fun things. So now we're going to use it on our fairy. She's rising as the undead.
And as they rise, gonna give voice to them.
Yeah, so here's the thing is that we, from the very first moments we started talking about doing zombies for this, we kept hearing the term zombie apocalypse, and so we definitely wanted to give people the chance to do that. But you also want to be able to defend yourself against these zombies, and that's where these pea shooters come in.
So this is an up-close and personal look at our limited edition pea shooter. So now we have a zombie. Whoops, let's get on our zombie.
And we haven't seen this in the game before. We've shown off screenshots of this, and this is the first time that we're showing off.
This is the very first look at the pea shooter. So let's see what happens when a zombie is on your lawn. wait for zombies are very slow, so I might have to wait a few minutes for her to get over here.
You
Come
mean they're
on,
not
zombie.
sprinters?
Well, you'll see the zombie
Oh wow.
shuffling shamble.
The wings don't help on a zombie fairy.
So we'll see if the pea shooter manages to defend the zombie fairy gets to the end. It's not looking good.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Zombie 1, pea shooters, nothing.
Not looking good for our house. But that is honestly an unusual and very rare occurrence. So you guys got to see a little bit something special there. Normally, the pea shooter will successfully defend your house and your lawn, and will knock out the zombies. But yeah, don't worry. We can always replace it. We can just buy another one from the ash pile if we still need to defend our house.
Great.
So.
Cool.
So, that was it?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
we're ready for
That's a lot.
questions
Yeah.
now. So.
I was actually so amazed by the by the pea shooter, because it is the first time that I've seen it also in game 2, and so I'm gonna slot myself back in here if we can get a little cozy. We'll be kicking it off into the Q&A session right now, but before we do, let's go over some quick notes on how you can share your questions with us. And for those of you who are just joining us, wanted to make sure that you know that we are talking about The Sims 3 Supernatural right now. We just went into a deep dive into fairies and zombies. But next up, we do have The Sims 3 seasons coming up. But right now, we're going to kick it off into a Q&A session for The Sims 3 Supernatural. And with that said, would love for you guys to start sharing with us your questions. And I see some already being shared right now. And let me start going through this. So first question from Ashley is, are there any new jobs around town that Supernaturals can do?
Yes, one that we have is a new fortune teller career, and so there's this cool gypsy caravan that's in the town. You can go there and get your fortune read, or you can actually join the career. And the fun thing about the career is it actually splits into 2 different branches. You can actually get real psychic abilities and be able to predict the future for your clients, or you can turn into kind of a scam artist and cheat people out of their money by telling them what they want to hear.
And we should say that Supernaturals can still do all of the normal careers. It's not like your werewolf will be barred from a career as a policeman. You can still do that.
Yeah, one other thing too is that you can be a self-employed alchemist. So as you learn the alchemy skill, you can actually make a living just making elixirs and selling them.
Yeah, let's go into alchemy. I think that you said today people were asking about ordinary Sims being able to also play with the alchemy table and make elixirs. Let's go into that a little bit. I know that there's been a lot of fans who've been interested about what alchemy is all about. What are some sort of samples of elixirs, like and also what is alchemy? How can they actually make these elixirs?
So alchemy is totally awesome, first of all. It's basically a system through which you can make we have tons of different elixirs that will do all sorts of things, from crazy things like you just saw the zombification elixir, which turned you into a zombie. And we have elixirs that will do more mundane type things, like giving you a boost in your job, helping you so that you don't have to sleep quite as long, various things like that.
Now, one of our favorites is that vampires can't go out during the day, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
Unless they get the vampiric sunscreen elixir,
Okay.
which allows them to stay out in the sun. It also makes their skin very sparkly.
Hey, it's sparkly because of the fact it's sunscreen. Everybody's sparkly, right?
Totally true.
So for these elixirs, I know that is this a skill? Do people do they have to build up to different levels in order to make particular elixirs?
Yes, so alchemy will be a skill. It's a visible 10-level skill. Any sim can learn it. Basically, to start in alchemy, you just have to get an alchemy station. And then you start to research alchemy, which will teach you various recipes. And then once you've learned the recipe, you'll see the ingredients that are required to make it. So sometimes this will require you to go to the grocery store, or to go to hunt bugs around town, or to grow things like our new mushrooms. But you'll have to somehow gather the ingredients, trick your werewolf into finding them for you. But you'll somehow have to gather the ingredients, and then you can make the elixir.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's various ways to kind of go about building up that skill and also unlocking these critical ingredients. We talked about having fairies help you kind of, as we've shown off today, being able to go into the garden and grow particular types to help particular sort of plants grow, which are the ingredients that are found in some of the elixirs, and also werewolves can go around town to go help you find some of that
Yeah,
stuff too.
definitely. A number of the supernaturals can help, can be really helpful as alchemists or as a helper for an alchemist. As like you said, fairies will help you to grow things a little bit more quickly, and werewolves will be able to hunt for collectibles, so they can find things a little bit quicker than other sims might be able to, and without the actual hunting for them.
Yeah.
And witches actually also have one of their skills is a transmutation spell, which will turn a collectible into another collectible. So you can try your luck. If you've got something that you don't really need, you can try to turn it into something else, and maybe that'll happen to be something that you do need.
Yeah, and I saw how we got a zombie fairy going on earlier, and maybe for people who wouldn't like, are there cures for particular abilities? Are there ways for the elixirs to actually give abilities versus taking away abilities?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is actually something that we really wanted to give people a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
So they can experiment with something, but they're not forced to have it for the rest of their sim's life.
Exactly.
So you can turn any sim into any other supernatural type of sim and then back again.
Yeah.
So, in fact, you can even do it with some of the other interesting characters from the previous expansion packs.
Oh yeah.
So
like I think it's like the mummy also. There's new ghosts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what we talked about, being able to even bring in like kind of families that you've been playing with now and kind of toying with whether or not you want to change them and give them some abilities, and then also kind of take them away if you decide that that particular sim member or sim character is not the supernatural that you want to have them become.
Yeah, and on Twitter, a lot of people have been saying, oh, I'm not so sure about zombies. I don't really know if I want zombies in my town. Well, you know what? You could become an alchemist, create a ton of cure elixirs, and just run around town curing all the zombies.
A sim zombie buster. So let's go on to some more Cover It Live questions and things that are coming in, not only just questions. We have Haley loves Sims, and tomorrow is my birthday. Could you say happy birthday? It would mean a lot hearing from the creators of my favorite game. So, happy birthday, Haley. So I'm really glad that you're joining us, and we're glad to be able to be sharing more information on the weekend, heading into the weekend of your birthday. So next question comes from MC. Will zombies attack our Sims, or if we want our Sims to rename normal? How can that happen? You went into a little bit about Pure, but will they attack Sims?
Zombies will attack Sims. They, we like to say their favorite foods are brains and grains. So they will go for your Sims' brains or your plants if you happen to have a garden. So the best way to protect your garden is to put a fence around it. Zombies have a lot of trouble with fences. They're not too bright.
They're not good climbers.
And for your Sims, like I said, you can, if you're really worried about that, you can always carry around a cure elixir to cure the zombie or to cure yourself if you happen to be afflicted. But it's definitely a temporary thing. So even if you happen to become afflicted and you don't have a cure elixir on you, it'll only last for a little while. You can always, though, for those of you going, what? I can't have my zombie apocalypse. There's another way to create permanent zombies. But if you get bitten, it'll just be a temporary.
Great. So some more questions are from there's a lot of questions are coming in. We don't want to share everything right now, but Nick did ask about some of the new death types in Supernatural. Just give like one or two. What are the new death types? Just give one.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I think I might have told this to some people already, so I'll go ahead and
make a wider broadcast.
Everyone in the office is cringing. Hopefully, Brittany's not listening. But my favorite death type in Supernatural is the jelly bean death. And so we've talked about a death that came from a plant. That's the plant. It's a jelly bean bush, and it's, I think, the most beautiful ghost I've ever seen.
Hey, I think that's a really cool death type. I know there's some other ones too, but that's definitely really cool. So the question from Marv is, do the fairies' color depend on the wing color? So I think it's being able to adjust the fairy wings color. I'm hoping I'm understanding this question correctly. Can you go in and adjust the way that the kind of like the wing of the color show up when you customize your fairy sim?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely you get the full color picker. You can pick any color you want. And I think we mentioned this before. Maybe this was part of your question too. But when you go into your true fairy form, the little sprite form, it will be the same color as your wings. So if you picked purple wings, you'll have a purple true fairy form. We had pink wings, so we had a pink true fairy form.
Speaking of customizing fairies, Hannah asked about male fairies, and of course there are male fairies.
Of course.
Right? There's no gender kind
No
of
way.
discrimination here. There's going to be manries. I know. There we go.
And man witches.
Man witches and manries. We've been talking about being able, when we were here with Megan and Argus last time for our first live broadcast, we had a term that came up called man witch. So we've been trying to come up with another term for Aaron here.
No,
we need,
no, we're not.
I think
No, we're
Aaron
not.
needs a fan club.
Good question from Holly is, do fairies always have their wings out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, fairies will always have their wings. It's a part of them. They can't really turn it off or on.
It's not like they can take a pair of scissors and cut them off.
Yeah, that would be really
I
sad.
could start.
That's too dark. Going over some stuff, and I think Jenny0786 asked this a little bit, but give us a little opportunity to revisit some of the special powers that fairies do have. And what are they? What are these special powers? I know you went through as part of the demo, but
You say it so well.
Yeah, so really what it comes down to is that they can, they're really about having fun. And we kind of went through this before, but just to touch on the higher points of it, is that they get a lot of fun out of pranking other Sims. They also can grant a lot of wishes and really indulge some fanciful things like helping other Sims to fly. And then their real kind of passion with outside of interacting with other Sims is with the gardening, and so they have a very special connection to nature and to plants, and so they're very good gardeners. They're able to do a lot of really interesting things to help their plants grow and become especially fruitful. So yeah, that's kind of the overview.
Great. So we're also getting some questions coming in through Twitter, and remember to hashtag us at TS3SuperSeasons. And from at Durag Cavo, it's, will zombies turn back to normal during the day?
So not normally. There are a number of different ways to become a zombie, and one of them you will do that. So during the full moon, we talked a little bit about the lunar cycle and the crazy things that happen during the full moon. And one of those crazy things is that some of the people around town will actually find themselves zombified that night. And those people, when the full moon goes down, it will sort of wear off. What happened to me? So then they will be normal Sims during the day and zombies at night. But normal zombies, if you become afflicted with zombification, you'll be a zombie for the duration of that of your affliction until you're cured or until it wears off.
Got it.
I know this temporary zombification is something we've all experienced personally.
Yeah.
So
I think that just happened to me last night. One question from Tony J Love Music that also hashtagged us at TS3SuperSeasons on Twitter asked, can zombies have babies? That is, we talked about zombie loving.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit last time. The answer was ultimately no. We won't go back and see. Argus had some choice words to say about that. You can rewatch the last chat if you're interested in more details.
In the zombie loving session that we had.
Yes. Because zombies need love too.
And it was great because I actually caught some memes that came out of there. There were some fans that started making like zombies need love too kind of stuff.
I saw a really great
cool
wallpaper.
Yeah. So we do pay attention. From Shauna, the question on Cover It Live is, do the lifespan vary for the supernaturals?
well, obviously there are different ways that you can control that yourself, but we do have a lifetime happiness reward for vampires specifically, where you can make them immortal. So that's the most profound difference that we have.
One question that came in also, I think there's a lot of interest in talking about children, and talking about being able to have. Some people saw the child fairies that you had. So how do hybrid children, or not being able to have hybrid children, but like say for example, one question that came in through Cover It Live was a werewolf and a fairy. How would that work if they woohoo for baby?
Okay. Okay.
What would be the result of that woohoo?
Okay, so I'll take that because I love talking about children. They're my favorite. So we can definitely have children for all the supernatural types. In cast, you can create them from toddler to elder. And if you woohoo as a supernatural, you can definitely have a baby that will be a supernatural. So for genetics, it will work basically the same as most genetics do. If you have, so what was the example, a werewolf and a fairy?
Yep.
So if you have a werewolf and a fairy, mom and dad, and they have a little baby, the baby will be either a werewolf or a fairy. It'll have basically a 50-50 chance of being one or the other. And it's similar with any supernatural combination or with a human and supernatural combination. The child will either be human or it will be the supernatural.
So we do have some NPC families in our town that have a mix of human and supernatural because the parents are a mix of that too. So
Got it.
But if you want your, crazy, all the different supernatural family, you can still do that kind of thing in cast. So you can, like I said, we can set the supernatural type of the children. So you could have, if you create them from cast, you could have a werewolf mom and a fairy dad, and vampire children. Maybe
Just
they were adopted.
determining the relationship. Kind
Yes.
of. Yep. Storyline.
But
behind
if
it.
you do them through woohooing, it will inherit the supernatural status from one parent or the other.
Got it. A question from Mike is they saw the fairy in the game. What makes a fairy walk versus fly? When do they fly versus when do they walk? Because they do have wings.
Yeah, so they'll instead of running, the fairy will fly. It's just a faster way of moving.
Yeah.
So and sometimes they want to fit in, so they'll just do a little bit of a walk.
Yeah. Because their wings are already catching attention enough. You don't want to show off too much.
Right, exactly.
I do love the fact that if they just stand around long enough, that sometimes they'll just do a little flippy flight. It's like they just have to get their wings out. So.
One question from I'm Mate You on Cover It Live is would a zombie die from the pea shooter, which is part of the limited edition content pack, the Plant vs. Zombie content pack. If you pre-order or purchase the game when it releases in September.
No, they won't die. Pea shooters they'll knock the zombie out, so the zombie will sort of pass out, rest for a little bit, and when they recover, they'll have a new mindset and a new outlook on life. They're no longer interested in eating brains, and they are basically reformed. So pea shooters will knock out a zombie and then reform them.
Another question that came in from a guest on Cover It Live is, can fairies just live within their own houses and not, within a lot, that they just depend on solely living off of that fairy house?
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the fun things about creating the fairy house is we wanted it to be something you could get right into right away and not have to worry if that was something that you didn't want to have to mess around with right up front. So they have all their needs taken care of in that fairy house.
All right. Of course this question gets asked. Joe from Cover It Live asked, can fairies woohoo in that little house?
Of course
Oh,
they
yeah.
can.
What else would you do in that house? That's the only thing I would do in that fairy house.
But it's kind of fun too when you see other Sims come and peek in the fairy house because their reaction to what they see can be pretty hilarious. So.
And I think that's a lot of the questions that have been coming in. I hope that we've answered most of it. We've again went into a deep dive today for the demo into fairies and zombies. Showed off the pea shooter object as part of the limited edition Plant vs. Zombie content pack for The Sims 3 Supernatural coming out in September. And the pea shooter is great. I'm sure if you guys missed what we demoed earlier, be sure to visit this page afterwards to take a look at the recorded video of the broadcast, and you'll be able to kind of take a peek at how that pea shooter is so amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Megan and Aaron, for joining us today. Any sort of last thoughts around The Sims 3 Supernatural? I'm really excited about creating Sims in new supernatural ways. The Moonlight Falls, the new town, with the Lunar Cycle, you shared with us some of the surprises that can happen by the light of the moon. And also there's some really cool magical objects that's, in Build By that our players can start customizing their homes with in new ways. But you guys are really hard at work at this, and I know that you've been really also active on the community too, as you have.
I'm trying. It's been so fun.
I know it's been really fun to just kind of see all the community feedback. So, any sort of last thoughts around the game?
No, just we're really excited to get it out there. We feel like we're going to offer players a lot of really different new things to do, and I know we're always being asked to give people lots of toys to play with, and we feel like this has a ton of new toys. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say thanks to all our community members, because I love going on Twitter. I love reading the forums. It's just been great. Like, your enthusiasm has been so amazing and so much fun for us.
Yeah. Well, great. So with that said, hang tight with us as we transition over to wait. What is this? What's going on? I'm not going to pop anyone's eyes open.
Steal something?
Oh. We're going to be switching over to The Sims 3 Seasons with Mike and Graham coming up to give us a little take. And with that said, we'll go right into the announced video that we just released yesterday for The Sims 3 Seasons coming out in November. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this live broadcast today. Earlier, we just went through The Sims 3 Supernatural coming out in September with Megan and Aaron from the development team that shared with us a deep dive of the demo looking at various zombies. So if you missed that portion and the Q&A that followed, come back later on when the broadcast is over. You'll be able to take a look at the recorded video and take a look at that great demo and find out more about what that pea shooter can do in game. We've been sharing screenshots of it, but the pea shooter object is part of the limited edition that's coming out for The Sims 3 Supernatural in September. Moving right along, what you just saw in the video that we just shared was The Sims 3 Seasons announced trailer that we released yesterday, and The Sims 3 Season is coming out in November. And as part of that, Ryan yesterday at the EA Summer Showcase showed off the game and talked a little bit about the game with us and showed off a little demo in winter. Right now what you're looking at is the pack shot that we also revealed to you at Announce, and you guys have been really excited about it, and we're really glad that we've been getting such positive response from fans from all over the world. So let's go into some details about the game. Well, The Sims 3 Seasons is... Sorry. Give me a second here. There you go. So The Sims 3 Seasons is one of the most highly anticipated expansion packs. Of course, we've been hearing you on the forums, on Twitter, on Facebook, asking for The Sims 3 Seasons for a really long time. We're really excited that we finally announced it yesterday. And it's currently in development here at Redwood Shores at the Sims Studio and will be available this November, just in time for the holidays. And so the Sims 3 Season introduces fun for every season. It has a ton of new features, big seasonal festivals, and dramatic weather effects that will transform your Sims world like never before. For the first time ever, take your Sims for a swim in the ocean and explore new parts of the world as they cool down on a hot summer day, or even play a game of soccer. take a polar bear plunge by venturing into the watery waters, or catch some major air on the amazing snowboarding half pipe. And also it's a skill, so your sim will be able to learn something new and do something new in winter. But there's also a few other awesome ways that you can play as part of this pact. Brand new to The Sims 3 season are special celebrations and unique festivals that come with the change of season, and complete with all new interactions and scenarios that bring Sims together like never before. As you see, there's a screenshot here of them playing some horseshoes, there's some food concessions courts, there's the kissing booth that you guys caught as part of the pack shot that we released. And Sims can also kind of get their groove on at the spring fling with the slow dance, and be victorious at the summer hot dog eating contest or bob for apples as part of the fall festival. So in addition, The Sims 3 captures all the beauty and power of nature, as of course The Sims 3 seasons wouldn't be seasons without snow, rain, and all the various weather effects. But on top of all the special weather effects that take over and transform your Sims world, the great thing is there's so much fun, innovative new features, activities, interactions, objects for your Sims and for you to play around with. And that's something that we're really excited to bring to you guys, and that's something that you've been responding to very well, and we're so happy, and I hope you can feel the kind of energy of how excited I am. So with that said, I'm gonna bring in Graham and Mike from the dev team, and welcome guys, welcome. We'll go right into it. You'll take over.
Let's swap back to
over.
Camera mode here for a second. Hey everybody, it's great to be here. So you probably, if you've tuned into one of these before, you probably know my face. I'm Graham, and this is Mike. He's getting involved with this for the first time. We're sticking him on camera, putting him on the spot. So good to be here, Mike.
Yeah, it's great to be here. My first live broadcast. I'm pretty excited to be here.
Yeah, and so for anybody whose questions we don't get to today, we've got our Twitter handles here. We love answering questions on Twitter, so hit us up, SimGuru Graham or SimGuru Mike. We'll be answering questions later, but let's hop into the game.
Yeah,
we got a lot of really
this.
awesome stuff
Let's
to
do
show.
this.
So go ahead and hit that right there.
All right.
And let's pull up the game.
All right.
So maybe you saw yesterday, if you tuned into EA Summer Showcase, we showed off this really quick look at winter. You saw a little bit of the snowboarding on the half pipe, but just a small glimpse. Today what we want to show you is all about spring, so why don't you hop in there, Mike, get us going.
So this is a little bit of slice of the spring here. What we have here is the Weatherwax family, and this family really likes to do outdoor activities, as you could tell from the outfits that they're wearing. You want to talk a little bit about the outfits that they have here?
We've got some brand new stuff. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of great cast outsets. If you check out in the back there, we've got a bald hair going on, which is actually the first time you can have a fully bald Sim in The Sims 3. So,
that's amazing.
Now you can create your very own version of Ryan Vaughn, another one of our popular producers. So, yeah, we'll have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Ryan. All right, let's jump in there. So, let's go ahead and pan the camera outside. See what Sunset Valley looks like. Oh, look at that.
So this is one of those really exciting things for us. Now that we have the open neighborhoods in The Sims 3, we're bringing weather effects across those entire worlds. So when it rains, it really pours. So you're going to see some dramatic rainstorms, and it's going to look fantastic in-game.
Wow, look at that. All right. So you could tell over here, there's like puddles in the world. Oh, looks like Kimmy's going out there. Oh, she's going to play. Look at that.
It's really fun watching them splash in the water. The kids, they get out there. They love just interacting in the rain.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this. Looks like there's something going on there in the middle of the town, Graham. Let's go ahead and start sending our family over there.
So, yeah, one of the things that's really great in this expansion is, not only are we bringing back the really over-the-top weather effects that people came to know and love in the past season's expansions, but we've added these brand new seasonal festival celebrations to the game, which is really going to amp up a lot of the activity in town and give you a lot of really fun activities to do. And it changes throughout the year. So we're in Sunset Valley here, so it's a familiar scene, but as they go over to Central Park, you can see that the lot's been completely transformed. The spring festival's arrived in town, and there's lots of great new stuff to do.
Yeah, the weather's pretty bad, Graham. So
Yeah, I don't know if rain is the
Yeah.
ideal weather for a spring festival. So let's see if we can do something
yeah,
about
all right. Let's go in Miranda's inventory here. She has the Climatron control unit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is
Oh, that's what we're
good
talking
times. Good times. Let's see if we can change the weather here. Sunny day. What do you guys think?
that. Yeah, I think sun is
Yeah.
exactly what we want for the
Yeah.
festival.
I think that would make sense. You want to talk a little about the umbrella while we're
Yeah, so I mean, umbrellas, it's the first time they've shown up in The Sims. We're really happy to have them in there. You know, it looks awesome. So if it's raining or pouring out now, instead of your Sims just getting drenched, they'll pop out their umbrella and go for a stroll around town. And you can actually do a lot of interactions and stuff while you're holding the umbrella, so it's really cool. Now, what you're seeing here, as the Climatron control unit gets activated, that's actually a lifetime reward for the Sim. So, you know, as they build up their points, they can spend it on purchasing one of these. And it's really great for just having full control over the weather in your town. And now that we've selected, you know, a sunny day, we're going to bring out some sunshine. You can see as it slowly transitions. We don't have anything that just immediately pops in the game. So, you know, if rain turns on or off, it's not just going to suddenly turn on. It's going to gradually change, just like it does in real life, and we're really proud of that.
That looks like it's really cleared up.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful day.
Let's do this. So we have over here, this is one of the fun activities that we have for the Spring Festival. It's the kissing booth. Looks like some of our kissing booth attendants are deciding to take a break. But what's kind of cool about the kissing booth is you can actually be a customer, or just like in late night, you can actually moonlight as a kissing booth attendant. So let's send Miranda over here. Let's have her post up over here and take control of this kissing booth. Okay, she should kick her out. Okay.
Now, this is a fun moment for the Sims because, of course, Miranda has her husband there at the park with her.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to come over and steal a kiss at the kissing booth.
Yeah. Oh, she's coming back.
Oh, they're
Come
fighting.
back.
Oh,
Oh,
fighting
she
for
doesn't-
that space.
she
This is my
doesn't-
kissing booth.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Oh.
She's taking tips or something. Come on.
You got to earn that money.
Oh, man. Look at that. So. Oh, she's not leaving. Okay. All right. Let's
She's
have.
taking her territory.
Yeah, then maybe. All right, so maybe they should just head on over to the love tester machine. What do you think? She doesn't look
Yeah,
like
we
she
can give
wants
him a
to,
shot
like,
and maybe come back to the
And
kissing
then,
booth a
Yeah.
little later.
let's see how they do on that love testing machine.
Okay,
and then-
let's do that. Let's send them both over there. The two lovebirds. Send them over there. And in the meantime, while they're getting there, you can see Bob over here playing horseshoes. Oh, look, they made it there pretty fast. So let's give this love tester a try.
And the love tester machine's really cool. You know, for people who've already started building up arcades in their game, you know, we've offered some wonderful cocktail arcade things and stand-up cabinets. The love tester machine's another perfect object to stick into those, so it really complements the game well.
Let's see how they do.
Ooh, they got a
Oh,
good one.
Yeah, definitely.
There's
Look at
various
that.
levels, right? that you can
Passionate.
come out.
Passionate, yeah.
Passionate.
Yeah, see, told you. They're a good couple.
And so if you do well on the love tester machine, that actually increases your romantic abilities, and maybe they'll be able to have a little fun later on.
Yeah.
Romantic ability translates to them being able to go to the kissing booth now.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah,
give it
let's-
another try.
Yeah, let's get.
Yeah,
Try.
let's
Yes,
see.
let's go. Let's take her spot. Maybe she's gonna not like her job as much. Oh, looks like. Oh, look. Okay,
Oh.
she's leaving.
She's like, I know you got a high score on the test machine.
Right.
I'll leave you alone. It's
Right.
your turn.
Don't want to mess with her.
She knows. Oh, there she is. There is. Miranda is finally taking over the booth, and you'll see like there's some great idols in there. She's gonna get.
Let's go in for a big kiss, Mike.
All right, let's do this. All right.
Look at this butterfly. It's fine. That's perfect for
Yeah.
spring.
Come on, Alex.
Oh.
Plant one.
You're luring them in.
Come on, buddy.
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Watch out.
This is mine. Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wow, he's a little too excited that time.
I think she thought that was maybe a little bit too big of a PDA, so.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So let's check back in with Bob here. He's looks like he's still playing horseshoes. You want to talk a little bit about the like skills and some of the
Yeah,
activities?
so Horseshoes is one of the new games that comes in seasons. We love doing it in the springtime. And it's really cool. So you're going to see your sim get better at it over time, you know, just as they practice or they play against other people. So it's a lot of fun to just kind of hang out and see who can win.
All right. Looks like he's...
Why don't we see what Kimmy's up to?
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Let's see Kimmy here. Oh, looks like she's still running around. I think she's looking for eggs.
Yeah, so one of the great new activities at the Spring Festival is the egg hunt. And it occurs every day that the Spring Festival's in town. And I would suggest getting there early in the morning because other Sims are going to come over and they're going to try and hunt down eggs as well. But it's really cool. Eggs are one of the ways that you can get festival tickets that you can cash in for rewards. Or if you get lucky, you might find a surprise inside one of the eggs.
Wow, she looks like
She's doing some diligent searching.
Yeah, she is.
She lost. Do you see any for her, Mike?
I don't really see any. She's looking in the wrong place. I don't know if we want to help her out or not.
Maybe if you spot one, you can tell her to go snag it for us.
Yeah, let's see if we can find one here. Wow, looks...
We try and hide the eggs pretty well, so the Sims have to really hunt them down.
Oh, there's some
one.
right there, yeah.
Let's have her grab one.
Let's have her grab this one.
Oh, she grabbed one just now.
Oh, she did?
She didn't need your help.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Kimmy. Alright.
So yeah, maybe let's grab some food from those concession stands
right.
and have the parents at the dance floor maybe.
Bob is back here. He's just he's loving this thing. So let's send the parents over there to the dance floor, and Bob over here should.
Yeah, so one of the great things that we have at the festivals as well is these new concession stands that they set up on the lot. And you can go there to purchase all new types of food. We have different food for each season. So maybe we can get like a marshmallow pie or we even have a freezer bunny treat, don't we?
Yeah, let's see what comes up.
And those ones are unique to spring, but like I was saying, there's different food for each season, so it's great to come back and visit throughout the year. You're really going to see a difference and new activities in each season.
All right, let's see what we got here. Springtime.
Go for that the grasshopper pie.
Grasshopper pie, yeah, I like that. That's good. All right.
Fruit punch is a special drink that's for
yeah, fruit punch is brand new too.
Yeah, there it is.
It's pretty delicious.
Good.
So one of my favorite things about pie in the seasons is, of course, the pie eating contest. But that's not in the Spring Festival, but I think we'll show that off at a later date.
All right.
Oh, but what are his parents up to over there?
Let's go see. Oh, look at that.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like they're slow dancing.
Absolutely.
I think they're doing hip hop.
You know, we're so happy to be bringing slow dancing back. It's obviously been a huge request from the fans. It looks absolutely beautiful in game, and it creates, you know, these wonderful romantic moments. So it's perfect for spring.
Look at Bob back there. He's not very happy about this.
I don't think Bob likes seeing his parents get too romantic. Yeah. So maybe he can mess with them a little bit.
He's a pretty
they've been
guy.
slobbering all over each other, going on the left chest and now they're spooning.
Ooh.
Hey, all right. Let's see if he can mess with them a little bit. What do you guys think? Is chocolate,
definitely,
snow, and
yeah, let's dump some snow on.
All right. That's what Miranda gets for leaving her Climatron control unit out there. You know?
So, like I was saying, anytime we create these weather effects or storms in the game, everything occurs gradually. So as he fires up the Climatron control unit, you're going to see snowflakes start to gently fall before it really ramps up into this intense blizzard.
Love that effect.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. That machine's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't.
That is a perfect romantic sort of backdrop.
Right.
So as the snow starts to fall here, Bob thinks he's got one up on his parents, but there's actually a cool place that they can go to as well. Isn't that right?
Oh, right. Let's go check out. Let's go across. Wow, look at that thing across the street. What is that? Let's go check this thing out.
So yeah, even though it's the springtime, you can set up the new ice lounge anytime throughout the year for your Sims to enjoy. It's a cool place to chill, as we like to say.
So a cool place to chill. So actually, we'll just take like a quick look at what it looks like inside.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's just a look at some of the new objects that you're going to get.
It is a full-on venue that is specially built not only to offer you these objects. It's a cool community lot, and once we see the inside, I'd love to kind of take a look at the outdoor too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you can place it down in any of your worlds, and this is the exclusive content that people get with the limited edition when they pre-order The Sims 3 Seasons.
Yeah, so you can see here it's multi-level, plenty of ice furniture for you to enjoy. Here we are, there's the third floor, and there's the roof, and I'll pan back here, you can take a look at what it looks like outside.
It's a pretty sweet place to hang out.
Yeah, it is.
Sweet, cool, chill.
Cool place to chill,
Ice
right?
block. I
So-
really like the design of it too. Right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
with that, do we have time for a couple of
Yeah,
questions?
we do. So let's kick it into some questions, and there's been a ton, and just to seeing some of the responses that are coming in for now, people are definitely really excited about the food. They're definitely loving the drama that's coming in through what we just talked about, the new ways that we were able to play with all the new activities, and we'll go into. There's been a question that comes in from Fuzzy Wuzzy. I just love being able to say that name. Fuzzy Wuzzy from Cover It Live asks, "How long does the festival last?"
So the festivals will set up in town for each season. What happens with them as the season changes, you'll see, you'll have your central park in the world and you can hang out there and just have a good time. But as you get a little further into that season, the festival will come and set up, and then you can just enjoy it for the rest of the season. And then actually towards the end of the season, we have a holiday that occurs with each one. And that's kind of the big blowout for the festival where, all the Sims come and have a great time.
And so for spring, what's that day called in the game?
Oh, it's Love Day.
Yeah, love
Love
that.
Day.
Yeah.
So from Christian39, Christian asked, "What object does the objects on the community lots automatically change when the seasons change as part of the festival?" And I saw different objects in the park.
Yeah, the kind of the technology that we have behind the festivals is so cool, because no matter what world that you're playing in, we've built a unique festival that will come in and take place in that world. So it's all tailored to exactly what you're playing in. And as that happens, you'll see that central park or whichever lot you decide change throughout the year. So they'll come in, they'll set up their objects, you'll see things be visually different on each one, and it's really cool to see that the way those lots dynamically update and just change to celebrate each season.
Yeah. So for Louisa on Cover It Live, Louisa asked, "Will we have thunderstorms too?" We saw some rain effects kind of take over the world. Are there chances of lightning, thundering?
Yeah, I didn't see any lightning in there. Maybe we heard it rumbling in the background, but there are going to be some pretty scary lightning strikes in the world. So you want to watch out for that if you're sending your Sims out in a thunderstorm.
Yeah, there's like different grades of rain. I mean, there's light rain, and then there's like the regular rain, which I think what we saw in the game. And then there is the thunderstorms like Graham was talking about.
Got it. So one question from Moza_if on Twitter, using the hashtag TS3Super Seasons. For those who are sharing with us the questions and also comments, feel free to just kind of share your thoughts with us about the game. You'll
Looks like we're back.
Yes.
Apologize for a couple
Woo!
technical difficulties there.
Oh god, that weather machine! I said that thing messed things up a little bit. I think Bob there, our little teenage sim, did a little magic on our machine there.
Yep.
But we're back.
Yeah.
We're back, and we're going to be talking through some of the questions and feedback. But in generally, we're taking a look at all the different comments that you were making on Cover It Live and Twitter. You guys seem to be really excited about the Sims 3 Seasons that's coming out this November. So let's go back into some of the questions. So one question from Mary was, will there be outerwear like coats and
Yeah, there's going to be a ton of new outerwear. Of course, Sims have to stay warm in the winter, right? So we introduced a brand new outerwear category. There's tons of new jackets, pants, hats to wear just to keep you warm in the winter. We got some really nice gloves, mittens,
Cool jackets.
But yeah, and I think what players are really going to love is that's going to be, toddlers, children, teens, young adults, elders. Everybody's getting new clothes. It's going to be
get a coat,
great.
and you get a coat, and you get a coat. No coat for you.
So yeah, it's going to be sweet.
So from Natalie on Cover It Live, do Sims actually get paid for working at the kissing booth?
So actually, yes, they do. So for each kiss, they actually get paid more than the regular NPC booth attendants do.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, they get a lot more money. So
You get any extra money for that big sloppy kiss?
You know, you get
Taking me
paid.
away.
Yeah, no matter what it is, if you give away a kiss, you're getting paid.
It's not like there's different levels of kissing that you can get paid on.
Yeah, you're getting paid if it's good or bad. You know.
There should be a judge of some sort. But you're the judge. You as a player are judging.
That's
okay,
how much you're gonna get paid.
More questions? Let's see. Will they get snow days off? So are they? Well, we're not going into the stuff at that, but we talked about a little bit about winter. Are there snow days?
Yeah, we're going to show off winter in all its amazing snowy glory a little bit later on. But for right now, yeah, I can tell you there will be snow days. So if you dump a bunch of snow across Sunset Valley or any of our other worlds, you're going to be able to take the day off from school, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. One from Kari on Cover It Live is, can Sims have allergies? Like in springtime, I know I have a lot of allergies.
Yeah, so in the springtime, you can get allergies. Not sure if you saw it there, but there was like wildflowers in the game, and there's a chance you can contract allergies if you pick one. It's kind of neat. They pick it up and they'll smell it, and there is a chance you can get allergies.
It's actually really cute when you see their Sims, blowing their nose because they got sick. So yeah, there's some great moments with that.
Also from Trelia on Cover It Live, the question was, can umbrellas be customized?
Yeah, you can customize the umbrella as you can any other object in the game.
Yeah.
And something really cool about that, not only do we have umbrellas, we also have parasols. So, if your Sim just wants to take a stroll and keep that hot summer sun off of them, they can do that as well and fully customize those.
Admittedly, I have been using a parasol. Wow. Yeah, out in public. Hey, I need to protect my skin. There's some harsh sun.
Did you customize it?
I have not yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I should customize it. Put some plum bobs on it. So from Naomi, there was a question about, we saw the rain, and do the seasons actually affect gardening?
Actually, they do. As the gardening that you've always been used to, if it's raining, for example, you actually don't have to water your plants anymore. They'll water your plants for you.
Yeah. We talked about some of the the seasonal celebrations and festivals, and Julie asked about holidays in the Sims 3 season. How does that work? How do they look? We talked about it a little bit. But
yeah, so each season has a holiday associated with it. So like today in spring, Sims will celebrate Love Day, and that's just a nice romantic day for them to kind of relax and take a little time to enjoy their partner's company. But yeah, so you'll see more of those as we go into the other seasons, but there's a unique holiday for each season that Sims love to celebrate.
Great. One question from Twitter, from SimGoody, and if it is the SimGoody I know, then hello.
What's up, SimGoody?
And the question was, through the hashtag TS3Super Seasons, remember to hashtag us your comments, feedback, and questions on Twitter to be able to get a chance for these signed posters or the umbrella that I pulled out earlier when we introduced the Sims 3 Seasons as part of the live broadcast. The question from SimGoody was, is there wind in the game?
Yeah, actually there is. So we added some new wind effects. When you see a rainstorm or a blizzard, kick up at full power, you're going to see the trees swaying a bit more.
I saw it in the demo.
There
were definitely some swaying left and right.
So there's some cool wind effects in there.
The flagpoles as well. Looks really cool.
Yeah. Going through just a ton of questions that are coming in right now. We talked about, can your Sim, from Tiffany, can your Sim get sick from the weather? We saw rain, and some snow. That's part of what, can Sims get sick?
They absolutely can. Yeah.
Yes, they can.
Oh, yeah.
Just like there's no more explanation. We do get sick, and yes.
They can contract sickness.
So can your Sims. There's questions that are coming in about being able to kind of control the weather and how long. What are the ways that players can control? We saw the Climatron, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right. What is that machine called again?
Climatron control unit.
It's There's
Oh,
Dr.
Dr.
F.
F's.
Yeah.
Dr. F's
Yeah.
Climatron
Control unit.
control unit. Okay.
Say it fast.
Say it faster. Dr. F's Climatron control unit. Dr. F's Climatron control unit. Dr. F's Climatron control unit. Yes.
You got it.
Yes. That's a skill set.
Yeah,
My
it
skill
is.
meter just went up.
Put that on your resume.
My resume, exactly. So what are the ways that players can control the weather?
Yeah, I think that might have gotten a little cut off when we were having trouble with the feed before, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of control that players have directly over the seasons and kind of the length of them and what you can do. So by default, you're going to have spring, summer, fall, winter, and they'll be about a week long in your Sims game. But if you want, you can make them last shorter, or you can make them last up to a full month long. So it really gives you a lot of control over each individual season. And then if you wanted to, you could turn off one of the seasons. So, you know, maybe you've been playing in summer ever since The Sims 3 launched, and you want to say, hey, I want to see spring, I want to see fall, I want to see winter. Let's do it. So you can totally do that if that's what you'd like to see.
Yeah. Question from Drew from Cover It Live is, will Sims be able to swim in the ocean each season?
Want to chat about it, Mike?
Yeah. One of the times that you can go into the waters, you can go at any time of the year, but the fun times is going in the summer. You can cool off there, or in the winter, you can get a special buff. I believe it's like polar.
Yeah, join the Polar Bear Club.
The
Yeah,
Polar
Polar
Bear
Bear Club.
Some more questions that are coming in here. Maybe we won't be revealing details about this, but will there be new deaths in the Sims 3 seasons?
Yeah, there are.
There
I
are.
think we'll
We'll
pull
hold that
the
back.
curtains off of
We'll
that
pull
a little bit later. but You'll be seeing some new
you know,
deaths.
I tried. I did ask Megan, and she did share. But this is we're gonna keep some stuff to share with you guys later on, and we'll definitely share some more information about that later. If players have pets and they also have seasons, are there ways for pets to also experience seasons also?
So it's actually really cute because we have snow that gets so deep in the game that if you have like a little puppy or a kitten, they'll actually get buried underneath there. So if they go running through the deep snow, you'll see them kind of push up a little tunnel of snow above them, which is adorable to see. But yeah, all the pets can go out and kind of interact in the snow in the different seasons, so they'll enjoy that stuff as well.
And speaking about the cold, not about dying, but you can definitely, we saw in the trailer, being able to, when your sim actually gets too cold, what happens?
Oh, I mean, you'll see them turn blue, freeze up, and then fall over. And then other Sims can go there and warm you up.
Which is what I do in the refrigeration aisle of my local supermarket.
Yeah.
I think one of the funniest things for us, you know, when we were early on developing seasons, Sim Guru Ryan gave us a demo in winter, and he had his sim walking around, and suddenly, just unexpectedly, it's one of those things that happens in demos, his sim froze and just fell over. And we zoomed in close on him, and his eyes were still twitching, but he couldn't move, which was hilarious.
So, from Nakalicious, loving that name, on Cover It Live, will there be a new town that comes with seasons?
So actually, I talked about this a little bit on Twitter last night. For us, you know, it was such a challenge to get weather into the game that we thought, hey, we can do a brand new world with seasons that has all sorts of weather in it, or we could apply weather to every single world that you already have. So no matter if you have Sunset Valley from base game, you know, maybe you love snow in the countryside and Appaloosa Plains with the wild horses roaming around, or you know, you really want that desert heat in Lucky Palms. We put weather into every single world, and so that's what we decided on, and we think it's going to be beautiful. And especially with Supernatural coming out, you know, just a couple of months before seasons, people are going to be having an awesome time in Moonlight Falls, and snow looks absolutely gorgeous there.
Yeah, and I'm even just thinking about being able to place a witch or a wizard or a fairy or a vampire in kind of different seasonal environmental sort of background. It's just, I can see the stories that we're able to kind of tell. We're talking about the gardening, also effects that are coming in, and you also have the benefits as sort of the weather effects from seasons being able to affect your gardening abilities. There's definitely a lot more stories to tell when you put Supernatural and also seasons together.
Totally.
So another question that's coming in is there's a lot of questions about being able to kind of control weather, and you went through that, being able to kind of set a cycle. Are there ways to kind of set cycles?
Well, so I talked a little bit about the control you have over seasons, but
Yeah.
we're also giving you control over individual types of weather. So, you know, like I mentioned before, there's Starlight Shores. That was kind of a Southern Cali world, right? And maybe you don't see snow there too often, but you still want to play in all those seasons. We're giving you the ability to go into the options, and you could just turn off snow. And that's individual to each save game that you have. So, you know, if you have your snow off in Starlight Shores, you could still switch back to Bridgeport and have it snow there. So we're giving a ton of control. We really want people to enjoy seasons exactly how they would like to play it and tell the stories that are important to them.
So, Leonie from Cover It Live also asked, we don't have to go into where specifically, but there are asking questions about new locations to Woohoo. I'm seeing a connective thread here. As later on during the Q&A, it goes into the Woohoo portion. And we're just going to have a Woohoo portion Q&A for later live broadcasts and demos, but are there new locations to Woohoo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The Love Tester machine is fantastic for getting Sims in the mood, and they'll have a few new spots to check out when they're...
And they're seasonal specific,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, that's a
Wow.
yeah, right.
Oh, we're getting specific now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what the weather conditions are like for Woohoo. So Shira from Cover It Live also asked, will there be trick-or-treating? And it's tied into kind of like the seasonal celebrations that happen throughout the world. Will you want to go into not only trick-or-treating, kind of like, you don't have to go into everything, but are there new ways for them to kind of enjoy activities like trick-or-treating and other things?
Yeah, so as Graham was talking about earlier about the holiday time, there are things such as trick-or-treating that become available to you at that time of year, at those times of year.
Got it.
And trick-or-treating is really awesome for The Sims. One of my favorite moments in the trailer, you see The Sims, like the kids dressed up in all their different costumes, and we've got costumes across all the age ranges as well, so there's a lot to choose from in there.
Yeah, you'll actually see NPC Sims walking around the world trick-or-treating, and they'll switch into their own little costumes themselves, and you'll see them walking around, and actually there's a chance they'll even come to your door and ask for candy.
And so for those that don't know what NPC is, it's non-playable characters or just Sims that pop up all over the world. So so you'll be able to sim other Sims outside of your household that you're playing with also take part in these activities.
Yep.
So from Sach.
Good job, King.
I'm trying to. You
good.
heard me hit the K at the end of it. Sach. How does the swimming in the ocean work, and will it work in previous worlds?
Yeah,
you wanna go ahead?
sure.
Okay, go.
Swimming in the ocean is just going to blow your minds. It's really cool, all the power that you have with it. So you can use it in any world that has an ocean. I've seen people asking about like lakes and rivers as well. And the way that works is you can go swimming in those. So if you've seen Moonlight Falls, for example, that big river that kind of runs down the center of the world, you know, if you want to take a dip in the water there, you totally can. The only place that you can't go swimming in, say, a lake is if it's on one of your community lots or your home lot. So it has to actually be out in the world. But yeah. Lakes, rivers, oceans, send your sim in there.
I'm also even thinking about being able to kind of take your Sims out in Moonlight Falls, like you talked about near the waterfall, but under like the night of the moon. And
Yeah,
being able to
totally.
kind of swim out. That actually look really great too.
Yes.
Yeah, it really opens the worlds up.
Yeah. Let's talk about there's things that are coming in. We talked about the new foods. What are there? Well, what besides the spring stuff? What's the other kind of food items that we can kind of preview here? Because people are really asking about the new foods that they can have. What other new foods can they have?
Well, one of the ones you have is, as you can tell from the poster over here, there's the pumpkin. When you actually carve out the pumpkin, you could use the actual pumpkin itself and make pumpkin pie. That's a really fun food to have.
There's a lot of ones in there
Yeah.
that I love. I mean, there's a pulled pork sandwich now. You know, get some delicious barbecue going. We've got cinnamon donuts, which are tasty for the Sims. We've got some great new drinks as well. So hot beverages like hot chocolate, eggnog in the winter. So there's a lot to choose from, and it's, you know, individual for each season. So great stuff to check out.
So from Life Simmer on Cover It Live asked about gift giving, but in general about new party types too. Are there new party types? Are there new ways to gift gifts?
Yeah, we have 4 different party types, and actually one of them is a gift giving party. So you
Yeah.
have it works just like the other parties that you're used to. But what happens is your guests will actually arrive with gifts, and each person has a turn and grabs a gift from the
And
pile.
there's like a gift pile too,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, so
yeah,
there's
it's
a new
really
way
fun.
just showing up. It's like I know there's a pile of gifts versus I'm showing up with just one gift.
Yeah, and there's a chance of getting a good present or a bad present.
Yeah.
And wait a second, King. You skipped over my favorite comment on that chat. I see Mitten says, "Hot Dog Man!"
Oh,
he is
right,
there you
amazing.
go.
That is my favorite.
I love the hot dog costume.
At a certain point, because you guys are all, there's so many things that's going in, I'm like going all cross-eyed. So another question is, well, there's been a lot of people asking about aliens. They saw it. We're not going to talk about a lot of it right now. There are. And I love, and great job to the video team here that's been working on this trailer. And also for the great stuff that we're going to see with aliens. So the only things that we can confirm right now is, yes, there are aliens.
Aliens are coming. I cannot wait to talk about them. I have
Yeah,
so much
yes.
to get into with them,
Just
but
like
not
yes.
just
Yep.
yet.
Yeah, just like yes, Sims can get sick. Yes. There will be aliens. Yes. From Andrea saying, aliens, we missed you. Yes, we definitely missed aliens too, with a little heart. Or maybe it's not the
love the
heart, maybe
aliens.
it's this. Let's see some more questions coming in here. It's going to go into some stuff about summer, but can Sims get a tan?
Oh, yeah, that's actually kind of great. If you go out in the sun for too long, you can get a tan, or if you push your luck, you can get a sunburn.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And there's also new stuff that we'll also be revealing later on. We'll also, just as a heads up, we'll be at Gamescom. We'll be doing a live demo out of there. So check us out during that time. We'll be doing a demo out of there where you'll be taking a sneak peek of summer at that time. So we're really excited. So you want to find out more stuff related to swimming in the ocean, summer, and related to the summer festival and even the summer celebration kind of day that comes as a part of the end of the season. We'll be revealing more information about that too.
Yeah, and Gamescom's coming up really soon.
Right.
Mike's going to be our producer
I'm excited.
on Gamescom this year, so maybe you'll catch him over in Germany if you're out in that area, and he's going to show you a lot about summer.
Yeah,
And
so
also
it's
at
gonna be
Gamescom,
awesome.
as part of that demo, we'll be talking about more about Supernatural that's coming out too. So keep an eye out for more information about The Sims 3 Supernatural at that time. Let's see. I think we are heading on to the stretch. We are at an hour and a half, and you guys are troopers for sticking with us for so long. So remember, The Sims 3 Supernatural comes out September, and also The Sims 3 Seasons comes out in November. And as part of The Sims 3 Supernatural, we have a limited edition Plant vs. Zombie content pack, including the amazing pea shooter that you saw in action for the first time when Megan and Aaron showed it off as part of the demo earlier. And in order to get your claws on that, pre-order The Sims 3 Supernatural on Origin. There's a link that's right there, or even just find out more at thesims.com/supernatural. And there's also exclusive content that Origin is offering if you order through that channel. It's called the Decor Pack, where you'll be able to get exclusive decorative objects, iconic-looking objects from the world of Plant vs. Zombie also.
You know what I can't wait to do, King?
Yeah.
I really want to dress up one of my Sims in that like zombie suit
Yeah.
and put the cone on his head
Yeah.
and send him trick-or-treating.
Yep.
It's going to be perfect.
And you know, speaking of which, we're going to be mixing it up here since we're heading into the end. Let me pull up a great reveal. And Megan just like emailed this to me just today about.
Oh boy, surprise!
It's a
Even I don't know what
surprise.
this is.
You don't know what this is. I didn't know what this was until I saw it too, and it looks pretty cool. So let me scroll down.
Go, King,
Oh,
go.
there we go. So as you see on the screen for Supernatural, you see Megan's coming back over here. Megan, come
Oh,
here.
here.
Megan, what are you
join in.
showing?
Here, join in.
Join in.
Scoot in.
Join in. We're all one big happy family here. As you see, as part of the limited edition, you see
I just
the
want to make sure King's not giving away.
yeah the zombie suits. And Megan, do you want to talk about this too?
Yeah, totally. So, as King said, these are the iconic. I'm trying to squeeze them.
Oh, here.
These are the
Squeeze in here.
iconic Plants vs. Zombie suits. So we have the ripped. We're calling it the ripped suit. I don't know if it has an official name. I'm cringing right now. on the normal zombie. Then we have my personal favorite, the newspaper zombie suit. He normally has a newspaper and he gets very angry.
With the
once
heart
you-
monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, we have them. They're so cute. And then we have a cone hat, which is seen on this sim should be sporting a sweet, as Graham was saying, a sweet ripped suit. And then we actually have a bucket hat, which isn't pictured. I think the picture I sent King was like, giant. So
I couldn't fit
down.
everything in. There's just
And
so
then
much stuff.
There's a recap of the pea shooter that you just saw. It's literally in the exact same spot that we had it in the demo.
In the demo. So yeah, to check the pea shooter out, make sure that you revisit the recorded live broadcast that we will have up right after we end this session. And also talking about the Origin exclusive, you got a sneak peek also at the walnut, the zombie gnomes, and also 2 other decorative objects, a total of 4 that comes with the Origin exclusive Plant vs. Zombie decor pack. But not to be outdone by Supernatural, we also have very, very cool stuff that's coming out for you as part of the Sims 3 Seasons Limited Edition. And I'm going to pull up that screen very quickly here. So, well, talking about the Sims 3 season, that's coming out in November, and as Graham and Mike shared with us today, it's not about just weather effects. It's all the great stuff that your Sims can do year-round with season-specific activities, but also year-round activities that our fans and our players have been asking for, being able to swim in the ocean. There's soccer that's playing out, new recipes for food item like pumpkin pie, and I'm really excited about both games that we just saw today. And so, as part of thank you for pulling the screen up for me, we saw a little bit as with the demo today. We got a chance to take a look inside and also outside of the exclusive Ice Lounge community lot that comes with the limited edition of The Sims 3 Seasons coming out in November. So make sure you also, in order to get your hands on that, pre-order the game. There's also links to the product page on thesims.com/seasons, or head over to Origin to pre-order the game. And I really can't wait to play with the change of seasons and all the fun that comes with every season.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. So, and with that said, well, I'm going to try to squeeze everybody in here to kind of say a last word and goodbye. We've never fit this many people here, but we're going to take a screenshot of this because I think 5 is the max that we've had so far. This, of course, this broadcast and live broadcast has been growing and growing and growing. And we have our little director here. Full screen. Oh, there you go. We're all like, well. Hi. We see ourselves. So thank you so much for joining us. And again, we have Megan, Aaron from the Sims 3 Supernatural team coming out September with limited edition that's available for pre-order with Plant vs. Zombie content. Here that joined us today with a great demo. We also have Mike and Graham with the Sims 3 Seasons coming out in November. Also the limited edition. Exclusive Ice Lounge as part of that limited edition offering coming out in November with us today, and we went through some great demos. We're still going to be on Twitter, right? Listening to you guys, catching on some great things that you guys are going to be sharing with us, and thank you so much. It's been a great hour and a half, and so
thanks everybody.
guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.